Okay, I'm live. I'm live. Anyone here? Is there anybody here? Yeah. Okay. Let me see now. Okay. Guidine 7. Good evening. Pal, Pal 555. Hey now. Hello. Seamus Doherty. Crypto Chris Card. Life of Razors. Simon Bridges. Kicks TV. Mick S. Squared Circle. I am Tilt. Alec Waters, good evening. Is everything okay? I mean, I know it's very, very dark right now. It's extremely, extremely dark right now. I don't know how to light this. Something. I'm not the only one who has bloody problems with StreamYards, to be honest with you. Brian Street, oi mate from Wartorn, Swindon, England. Who's that? Who's that? Rookie Jeremiah Hyatt, he completed a dirty dozen yet. I mean, what would you expect, mate? What would you expect? What would you expect? So there's something happened with the lighting anyway. Apologies for the lighting on this one anyway. You know, it's a bit dark and a bit gloomy right now, but you know, this is StreamYards for you. Life of Razor, everything fine. Kicks TV, are you still in Jam TM? No, I've never been. No, I only went to Jam TM to renew my last visa. Brian Hudson, everything is perfect. Really? How about Deep Vision? I mean, it looks very, very dark to me. It looks extremely dark. Is this looking dark, is it? Because, you know, enhanced lighting came on from StreamYards, but then something happened to it. So it's... Okay, Alec Waters, all good, sound good. Let's see, all good, sounds, yes, tad dark, but good. Okay, well, it's late in the evening anyway. Okay, Chris Booth. I was just watching one of your vlogs before you interrupted me with this live stream, Eddie. Okay, well, good to hear that anyway, mate. Good evening. Kiki on the trail. Good evening to you, mate. What is that? What is that? The picture quality is very good, actually. It looks very, very dark from where I am. Perhaps you're seeing it differently. Ashley Burnside, you got a haircut or is it the lighting? Well, I think both anyway. Who's this? The Walking Dude. Will you be seeing Bangkok Lady again? She look well fit, huge knockers. Wouldn't mind. Wouldn't say no. Kicks TV. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, so there's 67 people in the chat here. If I could possibly get the lighting to work, but it's just not having it. It's just not having it really. What it is, I mean, a message comes on with enhanced lighting. Let me just see in a moment if I can just do this. If I can just do this. No, that's not happening. That's not happening. Settings, vertical, show advanced options. Whatever, it looks very, very dark to me anyway, but you know, I'll just have to put up with this for the time being. Sorry about that anyway. So, Tree Town, hey up there, Ed. Paul Hoskin, I'm eating a pork pie and some pickled onions. Good for you. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind a bit of pork pie. Do you know something? I was in a little cafe, you know, an hour or so ago, and it's quite expensive, really. I had a couple of reasonably priced beers, but also I had a large burger, and fries in this little place. It's on the Pattaya seafront, or close to Pattaya seafront, anyway. And yeah, I think the food's a little bit expensive there, but it's whatever was going this time of night. And I finished the burger and everything, and you know, the waiters come along, she picked it up and she put it on a tray. I could see the kitchen there, and along with some other plates. And as I was drinking my beer, I looked, there was a bloody big rat eating the food off the plates. I thought, Christ almighty, you know, that's not what I want to see, really. Brian Street, thank you for that super chat. I really, really do appreciate that. Apologies if everything's a bit dark here right now. The enhanced lighting came on, but somehow I lost it. Thanks for that super chat anyway, Brian. Rusty Lid, nice to hear from you, Rusty Lid. Okay, thank you. Let's see, Kipax, hello, I hope you're well. I'm feeling okay now. I'm feeling okay. I mean, I've had a couple of months. It's been 2 months. What is it? It's 2 months ago. I arrived in Bangkok. I only stayed for about 12 hours in that little quarantine hotel. And since then, I mean, I haven't had to have any, I haven't been dragged off to hospital for testing positive. I haven't had any of the antivirus, so I've got to be thankful for that anyway. Let's see. Paul Hoskin, will you ever settle down with a soapy massage girl? I somehow doubt it. I would settle down with a soapy massage girl. Ed, you have 2 streams running, people waiting in the other. Oh, heavens above, oh, heavens above. Really, really, really? I have two streams running. This is really, really bizarre. This is really, really bizarre. I don't know how to do anything about that. I have 2 streams running. That's not good, is it? That is absolutely not good. I'll tell you what I'll have to do then. What I'll have to do if I have 2 streams running, then what I'm going to have to do is let me just see if I can do something. Oh, this is absolutely bizarre. It seems like a long time since I've actually. It seems absolutely bizarre. This does. I'm going to have to get my phone to see if I can just be into your other stream. Okay. Let me just see. Let me just see if I can. If I can get this up this other stream here. Anyway, I was on the way up at rebooted. Paul Hoskins, squeaky chair. Apologies for this. Who's that there? Seatown, are you still in the Archaea Lodge? No, I'm not in the Archaea Lodge. I've left it. I was there for a month actually. And it was good hotel. No complaints about that one at all. I'm just at another hotel in Pattaya right now. Very, very nice. That's live. Okay, well, let me just see. Okay. Let me just see. Can I actually delete that other one? Let me just see. Can I just delete that other one? No, I can't. Let me see now. See a moment. If I just go to YouTube Studio. I don't think I can actually do anything about that. I don't actually know what I'm going to actually do about that. That other one that's running right now. 116 watching, okay. So this is a little bit bizarre. This is a little bit bizarre, okay. I'm not so sure what I'm going to have to be, what I can do about this one. Let me just say. Now, let me just say a moment. Let me just go back to this a minute. Let me just go back to this and that other stream. Okay, well, there's 121 here. I don't know what the script, because I thought that I deleted the other stream. And we're just going to have to see I can actually only, Rusty Lid, I see only 1 stream. Okay, well, that's good anyway. Listen, apologies for all of this. for all this claptrap here. This StreamYard, I'm not the only one who has problems with StreamYards. There are other people have problems with it anyway. But anyway, just to let you know, I've in a couple of days' time, well, it's not tomorrow, but the day after that, I will be heading to Bangkok. I'll be leaving Pattaya after 2 months. Well, I know I was in Koh Chang for about 9 days anyway. I'll be leaving Pattaya, and I'm really looking forward. Right now I'm a little bit lethargic. Funnily enough, do you know, funnily enough, I feel a little bit of the old butterflies now because I've been in Pattaya for 2 months. Then because I've been in Pattaya for 2 months, I've sort of relaxed there and sort of been in the comfort zone. So it's actually quite daunting now that I'm actually going to have to get up and start traveling again. But I am quite excited about it anyway. And I'm really going to be doing, around the Gulf of Thailand from Bangkok to Hua Hin, and then round to the other way down to places like Surat Thani and Phuket. That's the plan anyway. I've got, I've got another 60 days of my visa, and I can do it leisurely anyway. So I'm really looking forward to it anyway. But what I really want to do is to bring you as good videos as I possibly can do. That's the important thing. Anyway, I mean, another vlogger said that when you have a YouTube channel, you do things that you wouldn't normally do, but you do it simply for your YouTube channel. And I like the idea of that. My aim is to be bringing you as many videos as possible, and also to also to give you as much information as possible. Let's see, what have we got the chat? Let's see, Kipax, no water. No, that's very tragic. That would depress everybody. Let's see, Martin Ryder, never leave the mud shift at Pattaya. I think you've got to. I wouldn't want to stay because Pattaya gets smaller and smaller and smaller every day. It really does. It's Beach Road and Second. And let me just tell you that Pattaya is smaller now than it's ever been before, because really all the action is in the Soi Buakhao area, Soi Buakhao, Tree Town, all that kind of area. That's where all the action is, and that is very busy if you get used to the 11 o'clock closing. It is actually very busy, but Walking Street is virtually non-existent. Second Road, I seem to recall Second Road, there was a lot going on there, but Second Road is fairly dead as a dodo right now. Who's that? Brucey boy. All right, said, you enjoying the food reviews, make keto? Absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't want to be exclusively bringing food reviews, because what it is, you see, a lot of vloggers who are doing other things, and some very good vloggers who are reviewing places that they went. They review all kinds of stuff that you need to know about places. And now they just seem to be doing purely food reviews. And I think what it is, food is a massive issue. You look at that guy that Rate My Takeaway, and I think it's part of a team now. It's not a solo effort. I think it's a team effort there. But the fact is, he's had huge success with that Rate My Takeaway channel. And I think a lot of other vloggers have catch on to the fact that food is such a big issue that why bother with anything else? There are a couple of vloggers I can think of who used to make really good videos. They still do, but it's now food videos all the way. Now, I don't want to go down that road. If people want to see food reviews, that's important. I'll do that. But I want to still be doing other things as well. Even if I thought the food reviews are the ones that got the views, I still wouldn't do that all the time. Let's see, Tinks 1463. Are you starting to enjoy the Thai food? Yeah, I am. Now that I'm getting to know what it is. Yeah, I've had a few nice little meals. What are we? Let me see now. Let me see. Wayne Davidson. All your videos are spot on, Eddie. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that anyway. Appreciate that comment. Kevin S., are you missing Blighty, or you're 20 still missing? No, I'm not missing it. I don't miss all the bloody rain and the cold and all that. I mean, in Britain, the winter starts around about October and goes on until about May. So I'm not really missing that at all. Kipax, I love Bangkok. How long are you staying? I would suspect, I haven't actually booked Bangkok yet, but I'll be going there the day after tomorrow. I would suspect about 5 days. It depends what I can do. I'm not in any rush to do anything. I'll stay if for as long as I think I can make some interesting videos, really. So I haven't really planned just yet, but I will be going to Bangkok in the next couple of days. Paul Hoskin, when's the go-go bars open? Do you know something? In Pattaya, there are a couple of go-go bars open. There's the Windmill is open, and I think the Dollhouse is open, and maybe one or two others, but they're not really open in full. I think what you have to do with those go-go bars, in order to gain admission, you have to take a rapid antigen test on the door and wait for the results before you're allowed admission. Now, a lot of people are quite rightly refusing to do that. They're not accepting that you show them your test results on your mobile phone, because people can fake those sorts of things. So they're insisting you take the test on the door. And I know of a lot of people who are simply refusing to do it. So no, they're not. They're open, but not in the proper way. Wolves View. I like Wolves. Everything looks like it's going to sit on the other side of the world. Not quite sure what you mean there, mate. No, I think I had an idea. This is what you meant. Everything looks like it's going to shit on the other side of the world. Yeah, I think that looks like the comment there. We're not going to talk about the war, but let's say a little prayer for those wonderful people of Ukraine. It's dreadful what's happening. Diamond, Ed, it's your personality. What brings your vlogs alive? Food or others? Thank you for that comment. I really, really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. The Lost King of Scotland. We want Gailey bar reviews. Okay, have there been really many Gailey bars open? We're supposed to have. There's all of those. I've lost a bit of touch with it, you see. There's all of those gentlemen's clubs that have opened recently. And I haven't really gotten into it. It's really not my thing. It's a lot of people go there of a daytime. It's not really my thing, funny enough. It's not what I'm used to. Maybe because I'm not a gentleman. Shane W, the McMaster. Yeah. Are you talking about when I said like some great vloggers are now doing more or less purely food reviews? Yeah, the McMaster, I watch a lot of his videos, and I think he's really, really good at what he does. But they are predominantly food reviews now. Maybe he's doing that simply because that's what gets the viewing figures, really. Let's see. Simon Bridges, will you do a review of the Hole in the Wall restaurant on Cyber Cow? I don't actually know that one. There we go. Paul Hoskin, food reviews. I love watching the bar girls eating the sausage and how they lick their lips. Okay. Good old Paul. Kevin Palmer. Hi, Eddie. Nice to see you in Pattaya. I landed in the UK yesterday after 3 months. Christ, it is depressing. Well, rain, miserable rain, cold. No, I don't miss the English weather. Not at all. Now, this is an important one. This is an important point here. Eddie 564. The other thing about food reviews is that there is no threat of being demonetized. Well, yeah, it is fairly innocent stuff, really. I suppose it is. It is quite innocent stuff. But I wouldn't want to do exclusively food. I'm not going to go down that road. Let's see, yours travels. Hello, Ed. I'm in Miami now, but my trip ends here. I'm back to London, then Liverpool. USA was great, but I couldn't believe how much everything has gone up in cost. USA was great. Yeah, well, funny enough, we mentioned the McMaster a moment ago. His last tour of America, not this particular one, but his last one, he did put emphasis on how expensive America has become right now. So I remember the days when people used to say America was cheap. Or Australia was cheap, but they say quite the opposite nowadays. Okay, Patriots one. I'm traveling Thailand or Cambodia. I hate the day when I need to fly back home. It's depressing. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not going home anytime soon. Richard, coming to Pattaya 23rd of March, 3 weeks. Then off to the Philippines for 3 weeks. Apply for Thailand pass and S pass for Philippines. That's terrific. Well, that's terrific, mate. Really, really good. Good for you. I hope it all goes well. You do right, Steady. It's bloody freezing here. Okay, well, it's you know, to wrap up well, mate. Anyway, Leonard Washington. It's good, Eddie, that you are enjoying yourself, even though things are not back to the way they were. Well, they're not. They're not back to the way they were in Pattaya. I mean, it's a case of make the best of it. You kind of get used to the 11 o'clock closing, but I miss the go-go bars. I know there's some in that claim that they're open, but they're not really open as you know it. They're not really open in that way. But I've had me fun in Pattaya. And the thing is, I haven't had any of the anti-virus, or anything like that. No problems that way at all. So I think I've got off lightly. Brucey boy, your food reviews are not just about the food itself, it's your presentation. It's highly entertaining. Your enthusiasm comes across brilliantly. All your videos are great, though, down to earth. Well, I really, really appreciate that comment, Brucey boy. Really nice to hear from it anyway. What's it? Wolves, that's a nice speech, mate. Well done. Okay, thank you. I don't know what it was. Martin Ryder, at least there will not be many Russians in Pattaya this year. Funny enough, I just seen I seen and heard a Russian couple, very, very glamorous Russian couple, walking along Beach Road. So there's still some of them here anyway, Tom Red FM, thank you for that super chat, Tom. Really, really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Now, listen, let me just apologise to anyone about if this screen is too dark. Okay, I knackered things up a teensy weensy at the start of the stream. I really knackered things up. I'm not the only one who knackers things up with StreamYard. It's not perfect. It's really, really not perfect. What it is that I tried to do a couple of clever things, and then a message come on. Do you want to enhance the screen with light? And I press yes, and somehow I lost it, and it hasn't come back. I can't seem to get it back. So whereas this screen is usually brighter, it looks very, very dark to me. Yeah, Richard, hole in the Tin Cup Thai restaurants. So yeah, that's what I thought. I do know. I have been in there in the past, but it's not a place I eat really, really much. I'm not actually in the Soy Pacao area anyway now. I'm in a quieter part of Pattaya there. And by the way, this hotel where I am right now, it's a big hotel, and I will be doing a review of it. So that video is coming up soon. It's quite a spectacular hotel as well. So, you might like that one. Let's see. Diamond Hands. Ed, don't forget, the longer you're there, the harder it will be for you to come back. You'll be well down. Whatever. I'm not in any rush to go back to England. I know that much. HM, I'm flying to Thailand next month, but wish I could go to Cambodia. Cambodia. I've made a couple of attempts to go to Cambodia. I had a flight booked there that cancelled. I was thinking about it last Friday. I think it was last Friday, where my visa running out. So I was really, really stressed out. Shall I renew it? What shall I do? Or shall I just book a flight to Cambodia and take it? But then a chappie, Steve, who lives in Phnom Penh and comments on this channel regularly, he said that basically it's the people are getting the anti-virus there, regularly. He's had it, his friends have had it. It's not the time to be going to Cambodia, so I think I'll give that a miss anyway. I'm happy in Thailand for the moment, Sam. Let's see. Wayne Davidson, I'm boots up for coming in June, so I hope all the testing has gone by then. Absolutely, yeah. Let's see, Robert Giesler, how would you grade Pattaya right now, scale from 1 to 10? Well, under normal circumstances, it's a 10, under normal circumstances. But these are not normal circumstances, so I'd probably give it a 7. Probably a 7. The go-go bars are just not what these should be. There's still some good live bands knocking around, and I enjoy that. But things close. It's a bit annoying when they take the they serve last orders before 11 o'clock. It's a bit annoying, really. But it's still a bit of a good place. You can still get some good massages, some very, very good all-inclusive massages. Yes, you can still get those. You can still meet bar girls. It's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. See the Staffy. Hello, Ed. I'm thinking of coming May, or would you wait till Pattaya is in season? Well, May is about as far away from peak season as you can get, really, because if you're in the month of May, that's basically the peak season has ended, and you've got a long way to wait till the next one. I mean, Pattaya, somewhere like Pattaya really has only a 4-month high season. It sort of begins sort of mid-November to mid-March. That's probably the high season. And in fact, to be honest with you, it's probably the high season is probably less than 4 months, really. I mean, probably like December, January, and February. Probably those 3 months of the peak season. You get to months like May, and you can get a lot of iffy weather there. And you are going into the low season then, so you're a long way. What is this now? Dave Andrew, I was hoping to travel to Bangkok with Emirates from Glasgow in March. Online being quoted at 1,100 quid. Fair jump 500 quid since day 5, no more. Oh, well, the good Lord gives with one hand and the devil takes with the other. How about that? Richard, I know we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it, but that might be an interesting comment. Richard, there are 17,000 Russians stuck in Pattaya with no flights back to Russia. Really, that many? Well, Diamond Hands, where did you go for your haircut? Don't you say the barber? Where There you go. I'm back. Was that a blip? Everybody see me? I'm here anyway. I'm here. Club Fillers Inc. Barry, how are you doing? Looking good and keeping it real, lad. Okay, nice to hear from you, Barry. Anyway, I hope your Brazil trip went really, really well. Wonderful country, Brazil. I hope you had a good time there, mate. Let's see, Kiki on the sale. Hiking is the most affordable way to see the USA. However, you're still looking at a big budget. I'll be hiking the Teo Rim Trail in July. Cheers. Oh, well, good for you anyway, mate. I remember years and years ago, I mean, in Britain, before I really started traveling anywhere, we always thought that Britain was the most expensive country in the world, although we've heard of places like Switzerland or whatever. But I recall many years ago, British people traveling around America or Australia, and they'd report that it was dead cheap out there, much cheaper than the UK. Whereas now it seems the other way around. It seems those countries become really, really expensive. Let's see. Let's see. Sri Lanka, fake club photos. I don't like fakes. We've had fakes. There's a few fakes of me going around as well, by the way. There's only one steady. I mean, sometimes people fake conversations, and then with using my logo, and other people. It's a bit naughty, but people have got nothing better to do. Neil, a woman who stole £10,000 with a Botox from surgery she worked in for her personal use was sentenced to 1 month in prison today. Apparently, she showed no emotion in court. Very good. Very, very good. Craig Mitchum, go-go bars open then? Well, they're open. There's a few of them open, but they're not open as in go-go's. And they're not really, I don't think they're allowed to dance. I think a couple of them have tried to do a little bit of dance. Do you know something? I was actually in a go-go bar on LK Metro. Only because, like, you know, on Tuesday they were doing cheap beers. No other reason than that. Because I didn't believe it was a proper full frontal go-go bar. So I went in this go-go bar, little place, and ordered a bottle of Singer for, I don't know, 60 baht or whatever it was, 65 baht, something like that. Very, very cheap. And I sat down there, there's a few girls floating around. And one of the girls gave me my bottle of Singer, a nice cold beer. I started drinking it. I took a couple of gulps from it, put it down on the table again, looked at it, turned to my left, and there was a bloody big pair of knockers right in my face. Oh my God, bloody big, oh my God. One of the girls had just pulled her top down and shoved her knockers right in my face. You know, and you know what? I wasn't ready for it. I just wasn't ready for it because it was at the beginning of the evening. I just wasn't in the mood. Like, you know, I mean, I must be losing it. I must be, you know, losing. I mean, you know, what years ago, what I'd give for having a lovely big pair of knockers shoved in my face. She, you know, oh my God Almighty! I think, well, God knows, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I mean, you just know you're getting old when a lovely, tasty bird shows her knockers in your face, and you know, you think, oh, get them away from me, girl, get them away from me. Thai Billy Boys, still people waiting on you at the channel, Eddie. You have two running. Oh my God Almighty! I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to. I don't really know what to do about that. What to do about that? Okay, I'm just gonna attempt. I'm just gonna attempt. I'm just gonna attempt something here. Okay, I'm back. Right, now I'm back. Now, can somebody tell me, please, if I just deleted if I just deleted that other video? I believe I have. And why did someone go in there and tell them to come here then? Okay. Thanks for that, Ant. Look, I'm not a master of this sort of thing, but I do know people who are far more competent with StreamYards than what I am, and even they have problems with it. Even they have problems with it anyway. Okay, so let me just say, I haven't had a drink yet, by the way, so I'm going to go and get one in a minute. No, I don't know what that is there. Where is it? Brazil. Let's see, Kev. Brazil and Colombia are open and can stay to 90 days without visa. Very peaceful ladies and peaceful countries. Of course they are. But I'm not too sure it would go down well on my team. I would like to do Brazil and Colombia again. I really would. But I'm not quite sure that, you know, that they would go down well. Okay, let's see now. Okay, Kiki on the trail. Dave Andrews gone. Okay. Okay, is that what it is? Is the light behind me too bright? Is the light behind me too bright? What am I doing? I'll tell you what, I'll go and switch the light off here. Is that better? Is that better? I'm learning. I'm bloody learning things. I'm learning things. Thank you for that anyway. Thank you for that. It was removed, yes. There you go. Now, hopefully, things are better. Things are a bit better now. Okay. So the light behind you is too bright. Hide current comment. Yes. Okay. Okay. Type Billy Boy. Edit screens. It looks so dead. It's gone from my YouTube alerts. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to make excuses. I know. You know, but I do know StreamYards can be a bit from Alec Waters. Yes, brighter. Something buffering. Okay. Let me just see if I can do something here. Let me see if I can just get something for you. There you go. Now, is that better? There you go. Look, oh, that is. Where is that skull bit? A little video that I made there. Oh man, I really do this. I really do this skull bit. What we've got to people like these game dancing. Skull bit is the yeah, that's in the Philippines dancing setting. That's not massive big bit of skull bit, but I'm not going to blow it as long. It's gross. It is actually let me just let those go. I'm going to grab this off a bit. Okay, so did you enjoy that? Did you like that? See? Okay, now who enjoyed that? What's that then? Paul H. Music ways. I was going to ask what I imagine. Let's see. They're Philippine, aren't they? Yes, absolutely. And Scorebeard's Hotel, one of Eddie's most watched vlogs. There's parts 1 and 2 actually Ant. I'm still absolutely bloody gutted because the best one was part 3, but that was taken down by YouTube. In fact, if I could find a way with the unedited, because it is actually a wet t-shirt contest, and yeah, you know, I watched it with some friends, and you know what was it, you know, and Jesus, they said you want to, you've got to upload that, but the fact is, it will get me into trouble with YouTube. In fact, even showing that, you know, YouTube may not necessarily approve of that. What's that, Rusty? That looks like the pool party in the Philippines. Yeah, they're the opening dancers. Paul Hoskin, I found that uplifting. Good for you. Jack, yay, okay. John Mitt, Hanson ladies, you should put on when you have a squeaky door break. Okay, well that is the equivalent of the squeaky door. Let's see. Nice to hear from you, John. Anyway, Neil Fleet. Hi, Ed. Hope you're well. Neil Fleet from Wavertree, Mr. Gambia. But it's paid another visit to Gambia. I'm sure you had a great time. Be More Ron created Discord, Ed. Now, what is Discord? There's so many. There's so many. There's so many social media things out there. I just don't have the time. If someone can tell me what Discord is and can I show things like that on Discord? Nice to hear from you, Ron. Anyway, who's this? Richard. Richard, I walked into a go-go bar and saw a stunning girl. I thought, please don't get her hard on, but she bloody well did. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. David Keenan, when are you off to Bangkok, Eddie? What day is it today? This is Thursday. So I'm here tomorrow night in this hotel. Saturday I'll be off to Bangkok. I could get a bus to Bangkok, but I haven't actually booked a hotel there yet. So I will do. I've got to do that tomorrow. But I think I'll probably just get a taxi. I think really I'll take the easy way. Really get a taxi. I didn't get a taxi about 1,400 baht, to be honest with you. Bangkok travels. How do you find return to the UK in the winter after your travels? Well, to be honest with you, I don't usually return in the winter. I leave in the winter and return in the spring under normal circumstances. What's this? Borders Boy. Edward Spring, what do you think of the fella going around causing total chaos? The YouTuber's in Thailand right now. I don't actually know who you mean. I've got an idea who you mean, but I don't think he's causing that much problem. If it's the one that I'm thinking of. Kicks TV. Use Bolt for a taxi. Can I get a taxi from Pattaya to Bangkok with Bolt? I don't know, but you know something. Yesterday, I moved from the Eureka Lodge Hotel to this hotel where I'm staying now, and I used a Bolt taxi. I've downloaded the app a few weeks ago. I actually used a Bolt taxi for the first time, and I've had mixed results. Some say they're really good, and some say they're riddled with problems. But I actually used a Bolt taxi for the first time, and would you believe, 2 of them showed up at once? Totally confused. One guy pulled over. He had a look at the station. Said, "Yeah, this is your taxi." And then later, another Bolt vehicle pulled up and said, "No, this is, I'm his taxi." Oh, Christ Almighty, Jesus Christ, a bit confusing, really. World Traveller Forever. Bangkok will be a bit disappointing compared to Pattaya. I don't know. I think I'm sure there'll be things going on there. I'm not so much. I'm not really that that obsessed with the nightlife anymore. I like go-go bars. I like live bands, but there'll be other things to do in Bangkok. I won't be staying in Bangkok for a couple of months like I have with Pattaya. I'll be there for about 5 days, something like that. Charlie, Eddie. Oh, Paul as well. Have you had your dirty dozen yet? What do you think, mate? What do you think? I've been here for 2 months. I'll be in Bangkok on the 11th of April. If you want to have a drink. Oh, okay, fine. I don't know where I'll be on the 11th of April. Hi, Eddie. Looking relaxed. Thank you. What's this? Bobby Crush. Eddie is more of a blob shop kind of fella. I don't think I've ever actually come across that one before. Tier the Staffy. Are the bars open in off-season? Well, under normal circumstances, and these are not normal circumstances, they do stay open in off-season, but there's not many. There's no one in them. There's no one. I mean, this year. I mean, there's not many people there now, not really. Like I said, I did mention this before, but Pattaya, there's a lot less to Pattaya at this moment in time. All the action is concentrated around the you know, the Soy-Buakhao area, which is really, really busy. That's really busy. But nowhere else in Pattaya is really busy right now. You got a little bit of Soy 6, a little bit of happening along the seafront, some of those little side soys, not much, only a fraction of what they should be. And Walking Street, to be honest with you, I've actually only been to Walking Street of a night time once. Since I arrived there, and it was kind of depressing, really, and I don't believe it's picked up much. Let's see, David Coleman. I was just going to ask how much the tax is from Pattaya to Bangkok. Well, I think you can normally get it for about 1,400 baht, something like that. But I'm kind of wondering, do Bolt? I've got the Bolt app. Would they take me from here to Bangkok, and how much do they charge? I don't know. I've got to look into that. Kicks TV. Yes, Eddie, you can. Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. David Coleman, I hear all the cabs rail rip you off. If you're talking about rail rip you off, well, it's been a long time since I've been in rail. I you know, you've set the fair. I thought you were all right. Tampa guy, do they have Uber in Thailand? I haven't heard of it, but they do have something called Bolt. Like I just said, you should get a taxi cheaper than 1,400. Yeah, well, we'll see about that anyway. I want to do a little bit of luxury. The thing is, I mean, if you're traveling longer distances than Pattaya to Bangkok, which is only about 1.5 hours by road, although if you're going to central Bangkok, it's a bit long because you've got to contend with it and all of that. Then a taxi is quite reasonable. But if you're going to do a longer distance, then obviously you're not going to get a taxi for a longer distance. So that's when it's probably better to get buses or whatever, head down to the bus station. Let me see. Dickwar TV. Hey, Eddie, what documents did you submit for your 60-day visa extension? My passport and my photo, really. And they were good. They were cool. They were really good. The agent that I used in that video that I made yesterday, the link to that agent, well, it's not a link. I don't do the links, but the description of it, the address of it is in the description of that video. And they're very, very reputable. As everyone I spoke to said, oh, what a good job that they made. And they did it. They did what they said they were going to do. Oh. Let's see. Oh, is Martin here? Is this the real Martin? There's so many people faking identities nowadays. Martin, they did with me and quite a lot of other people. I think this is the first time you've been on my stream. Martin is Nick's sidekick from NDTVI. Good evening, Eddie. Hope you have safe travels and enjoy Pattaya this year. Yeah, I did. After a bit of a rocky start, it got better. January is a bit of a rocky month, but February turned out well, and it was really, really nice appearing on NDTVI, that show. So yeah, good to hear from you anyway, Martin. Yeah, I'll check out that live stream later if you upload it. Let's see. Kipax, loads to see and do in Bangkok if you make the effort. Of course there is. It's a massive city. Massive city. What's that one there, Jimenez? Whatever you do, don't go to one of the few open nightclubs in Bangkok. I caught the C19 there. I don't go to nightclubs anyway. I can't dance. It's just not my scene. It's too old for nightclubs. It's a bit pathetic. I mean, you see it sometimes. You see it in the UK. I mean, I know guys my age back in the UK who get dressed up, fancy shirt. Sometimes they have the shirt open, with a big medallion, just kidding, medallion man. 60-year-old guys who go to nightclubs and, you see them boogieing. I mean, like as if they have a chance with the young girls and all this kind of stuff. Sometimes you just need to tell people to act their age, really. No, I don't do nightclubs. I don't do I don't do nightclubs. Okay, Kevin Bowie. Hi, Eddie. Hope you're doing well, pal. Good news, the restrictions seem to be getting dropped. I'm unvaccinated, so it seems to be becoming easy to enter Thailand. Plan on being there in June. Good for you, mate. Good for you. For anyone who stubbornly says, I'm not going to have any maxi and I don't approve it, it's your choice, mate. No one should force you. But, you know, obviously you've got to be realistic. It's more difficult to travel if you haven't had it. I mean, if I hadn't had the vaccine, I probably wouldn't be in. I would have to do a lengthy quarantine. You know, it would have been more difficult. So, well, good for you anyway, mate. Good for you. Who's this? Bolt taxi to Move Hotel. Are you over on the dark side? No, I'm not on the dark side. I'm still in Pattaya, but I have a bloody big suitcase. I have a whopping big 20-kilogram suitcase. So obviously, I need a proper taxi for that. Oh Jesus! Lovely stuff. Okay, so this is the most exciting live stream I've ever done anyway. And to those who tuned in at the middle with all the gremlins that are going, a big apologies here, a big apologies here. Really, really do. Apologies, but you know, the only excuse that I'll make is I'm not the only one who has problems with StreamYard. Let me see now. Kevin Bowie, thinking a few days in Bangkok, then fly to Krabi for a few days. Do a couple of hours, then off to Koh Lanta, then back to Bangkok. Actually happy at my work now. Something to look forward to. Sounds wonderful. Sounds terrific, mate. If you've never done any of that before, then please do it. It's bloody good stuff. Let me see. Michael Potter, you've just frozen it. Oh, good, you're back. I've been to Pattaya every May for the last 15 years and only had about 4 days of rain. Do you know what? I've been to Pattaya just about every month of the year, I think, except for maybe July or July or August. I think I've been every month, well, June or July. I think I've only ever been once in the month of May, and that was years ago. And it chucked it down almost every bloody day, to be honest. So you've obviously been lucky. Who's this? Taxi. Yeah, taxi from Bangkok to Pattaya, 1,500. Pattaya to Bangkok, 1,200. That sounds about right, mate. That is very, very good value. I'd say I mean, a taxi's a luxury. Don't forget, it's a luxury to travel. Really, I mean, it's going to pick you up at your hotel and drop you at your hotel at the other end. So if you can get it for, if you can get it for, you know, 1,400 or something like that, that's bloody good value. That is terrific value. Taxis are great value in Pattaya. I mean, in Thailand. I mean, if you go to Bangkok, the easiest mistake people make, newbies make this mistake, is thinking that those tuk-tuks are the better value than the air-conditioned taxis. They're not. The air-conditioned taxis are very, very good value, whereas the tuk-tuks, they watch them. They can make sure you set the fare with them because they can be a bit of a con. Let's see, David Coleman. So under $45 to go all the way is really good. It cost me $10 to go 5 minutes in Toronto on a trip. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There are some things in Thailand that are still really, really great value. Tier the staffy in the go-go bars. Do they like the older guys? I'm 35. 35 is quite. No, they'll like. If I tell you what, mate, if you've got the money, then they've got the honey. They will love you. I was in one. There's one go-go bar, one of my favorite go-go bars, which I'm not going to name, but all the girls, oh my god, they sort of dance natural. You know what I mean? Full frontal, wonderful, and. I gave one lady a nice tip of a couple of $100, it's beautiful. I just wanted her to come closer, and she sort of got friendly with me for it, and then all the other girls surrounded me. Oh my god, I'm in heaven. The go-go bar. I mean, Pattaya has had the most wonderful go-go bars over the years. Absolutely fantastic. But whether that will ever be the same again is is a matter of debate, really. Is P Paul in here? P Paul? Is that Paul from the Den? Oh yeah, it is Paul from Gonzo. I went into the Den is based in Soy Champion. It's one of those little old what do they call one of those gentleman clubs. There's a lot of them around now, but they are really really good. It's nice. They have a lot of 70s funky soul music sort of stuff. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Anyway, really good to hear from you. Hope all's well. Eddie shows your dancing girls. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Bobby Crush, nice to have Eddie will have a bop in a British Legion disco, but not a nightclub. But definitely not for me. Do you know something? Before I forget, let me tell you something. Now, I have a sort of camera bag with my phone, my glasses, and whatever, which I just get in the habit of carrying around with me, and I sort of carry it most places, even of a night out, because I never know when I'm going to need my phone or whatever, and it's too much hassle to put all kind of stuff in your shorts. Occasionally, I'll just go out and I'll squeeze my wallet in my shorts, and I'll leave the camera and just about everything else. Everything else back in my hotel room. And the other night, I regretted doing that because I so wished I had a camera with me. I really wished I had my phone with me the other night. I missed a little bit of comedy gold, which I would love to have shown you. Oh damn it! I was at my favourite fish and chips stall in Soyber Cow. And I was sitting there, there was quite a few people there, and I was having fish and chips there, and I was on one side of it. And on the other side of it, there was this bloody mouthy, gobby, 20-stone English woman. I mean, she was, and a sort of dithering, mild-mannered husband. She looked like she'd bloody the type who'd push her husband around. And this mouthy bitch, this woman started mouthing off at a Thai girl, telling this Thai girl what's what, and she started getting really offensive, telling Thai girls, are charging much more than what they used to charge. She was like, what kind of talk? This mouthy gobby English woman, she was from somewhere up north, started mouthing her, and it became a big round. The Thai girl was basically telling her to shut up, and she got really hot-headed. This mouthy English bitch, fat ugly cow, and she started. Saying the time, don't you effing tell me to show her, and it become a big round. Oh my God Almighty! I so wish that I would have got that on film, but that would have been. I'm sure you would have seen it. That would have been a perfect example of what I mean. Do not marry those bloody 20-stone English women, whatever you do. Get yourself a nice exotic young Thai bird. Let me see. Now, where are we now? Okay, say the staff. Okay, so what's the 3-day rule everyone talks about? The 3-day rule, really, I suppose, is if you meet a Thai girl, maybe a bar girl, and you sort of get attached to her. I think the way it works is that be with her more than, don't be with her more than 3 days, because if you get too attached to her, you may regret it, because remember, she is a bar girl at the end of the day. I think it's something like that. Dave Ramsey did not fall in love, absolutely. Oh, Andrew Johnson, evening, Eddie. Hope you're well, mate. Off Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? I think that the internet in this hotel is not as good as the Areca Lodge. Definitely not. Okay, so if you can hear me, okay, just to answer that Andrew's comment again. Good evening. I hope you well. Andrew has got himself a lovely, lovely Thai lady, and he's retiring in Thailand. And I suppose a lot of people are envious about that. He's coming here 31st of March for good. All boot. Andrew, good luck to you, mate. Absolutely. That's all I can say. Really, really good luck to you. I'm sure you're making a great decision. And I'm sure a lot of people would want to be doing the same thing. So let's see. Singapore down, loud and clear. Okay. Let's see. So likely, Martin of Carlisle, apparently you're me. Okay. You wouldn't want to be you. Okay. Is another comment from Martin. Is Martin here again, is he? Yeah, Martin. There you go. For that support. I'm glad for that support. Martin, StreamYard is very, very temperamental. Absolutely. It is. It's well, it's exactly what you say, man. And Martin, I'm pretty sure, is far more advanced with the technological stuff than I am. So I've got the gist of it. But it is temperamental. It's like sometimes you just can't bloody control it. Let's see. Catching comfort. Cheers, Andrew. Hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully it'll be me one day as well. Yeah, okay. I think a lot of people want to retire in Thailand. It's still a great country, wonderful country, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of it pretty soon. I'll be seeing Bangkok, Hua Hin, which I've seen before. But obviously, I've spent time in Bangkok. I've only been to Hua Hin once before, but I liked it. Bloody good. Other places, all the way down to Phuket. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this country. Can't wait. It's coming up soon. Kipax, can't control little Eddie. Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever go through that phase when you were a young teenager? Did you ever have that phase? When you were about 13 or something, or 12 or 13, when all of a sudden you started getting erections left, right, and bloody centre when you didn't want them. You'd get them in the school classroom. You'd get them when you were on the bus. And get down, for Christ's sake. How embarrassing that was. Let's see. Let's see. Paul Hoskin. My towns gets it. My tunes. I've never ever heard that way. Never ever heard that way before. My tunes gets knackered. There's 245 people in the chat now. I know that we had a bit of a. There was 2 streams going at once. Apologies for that. I know everything got knackered up. Everything got knackered up to begin with, but basically this is just a simple little old stream. Just to say that we, I'll be doing my traveling in the next day or so, and I have a 60-day, visa, so a little bit of breathing space, no worries. Hopefully, I can travel around Thailand without too much of a problem. I hope, all these different, these different boroughs or whatever they call them, these different districts. I hope there's no. I hope I'm not bloody. The bus isn't stopped by the police and said you've all got to take a rapid antigen test before you enter this province. I hope nothing like that could. Let's all just hope for the best. Let's all hope things get better, not worse. David Cole, we all want to see your traveling videos. I want to do that. Yeah, okay. D-Mark, do you remember the first time we had sex and wished you had someone to share it with? Okay. There's nothing wrong with masturbation, mate. Just think of it as sex with someone you love. Bold as effort. It's time to travel around there. You've done enough of Pat for now. Okay. I'll tell you, I've done something in Pattaya that I've never, ever done before. I've actually booked into a hotel for a whole month. And that was the Areca Lodge. I know I stayed in it before I went to Koh Chang. I actually booked into it for a whole month, and I've never actually done that before. And that month went over really, really, really quick. Very, very good hotel, that Areca Lodge. And I got that month for 24,000 baht for 30 days, which I believe is 800 baht a night without breakfast. And for 800 baht, that hotel is such a good hotel. It's so central. The people are nice. Everything's really, really good there. Such a good hotel, that one. But if I was to do the same thing in the month of March, that was in February. If I did that in March, it would be 18,000 for the whole month, which is 600 baht for the night without breakfast. 600 baht per night if you book for the whole month for the Eureka Lodge. That is brilliant value, absolutely brilliant value. So yeah, I've done a review of the Eureka Lodge, and I would have a lot of good things to say about that hotel. Really, really is good. Let's see. Lewis Birmingham is getting too expensive to live in Britain now. I think the cost of, am I right in thinking that the cost of fuel is going up so much, and a lot of, are there fuel protests in Britain at this moment in time? I kind of lost touch. Are they? I hear that certain petrol stations are running out of diesel or running out of petrol or something. I seen an interview with a taxi driver somewhere, and he just said it's bloody just getting harder and harder and harder to make a living there. The cost of running the car is really extortionate. Boulder's Effort, what's the best bar in Pattaya right now? Okay, I'll list a few of the bars that I've been in, which are really, really good. And one really, really, really great bar in Soy Chayapoon is the Triangle Bar. I met the owner there. He's a nice guy called Steve, and that bar is such a good bar. I mean, I think it was like Doctor Who's TARDIS, to be honest with you, because if you go in there in the daytime, it looks like, you know, a nice little bar, and you have food in there. Yeah, obviously they do some good food. But if at nighttime you go in there and it's twice the size of a nighttime, it just, you know, you think, how could he fit a band in there? But it looks really, really so much bigger of a nighttime, and they have some really, really great live bands there, and it's really good. And of course, next bar, the A7 DJ bar, and so he said that's a really, really good bar. And I'm not just saying that because I was on a live stream there. You know, Nick Dean's bar, that's well worth a visit, and the other one, the Hacienda, they're all really nice bars. So yeah, absolutely. So I've mentioned the Triangle, I've mentioned Nick's two bars. Some of the other gentlemen's club, what's his name, Paul, who was in here, he's got a nice bar, the Den on Soy Chayapoon. Also that new one that's open, I've been in there a couple of times, what's it called, the Gold, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now, but the big new one on Soy Chayapoon, very, very glamorous looking bars. You know, it's a very glamorous looking bar. I can't remember what it's called now on Soy Chayapoon. Martin Carlisle, yesterday was the official start of Thai summer. They expect 43 degrees soon. Get that sunscreen on, Jesus Christ. The weather has been, it's hot. It's certainly hot here, yeah. But the weather has been a little bit cloudy, and there's been a little bit of there's been a little bit of rain as well. Funnily enough, there's been a little bit of rain. Funnily enough, the weather hasn't been as good during the months of January and February. Well, certainly not February is what it normally would be. But never mind, it's still a pleasant place to be. Paul Hoskin, have you ever ended up being naked in a go-go bar? I have, yeah. Well, it's true that you weigh 25 stone, Paul. I'm sure that was a sight that everybody wanted to see. Oliver Tobias, he's a bit of a stud. High Rollers, yeah, you're right. That one, High Rollers. I went into High Rollers, and when I went in there, Jesus Christ, the staircase and all these, you know, gold rails, gold tiles, everything. It was like walking into one of those scenes from Scarface or Carlito's Way, where, you know, these nightclub scenes. It's really, really glamorous place. Well, there's a bit of a poem here. Ed Dinoy, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make an English cow your wife. Because from my personal point of view, get a Thai babe to marry you. Good for you, mate. Very, very nice. Very nice. Like it. David Coleman, gas and food has really gone up in Toronto. It's so hard to live. I was so lucky I took early retirement. Cost of living, you know, I mean, the thing is, you can live in a comfortable Western, country and have a good standard of living. But the fact is, I mean, when you're paying out so much in terms of bills, and you're probably better off in Thailand, really. Mark Smith, £1.60 for a litre for petrol, £1.56 for diesel where I am rip off Britain. Bloody awful, bloody awful. I'm in no rush to get back to I'm in no rush to get back to England. What's that? Go sell. This high roll's expensive. Looks great. I didn't know. No, not really expensive. I thought, the price of being and everything is quite reasonable. Of course, you can spend a lot of money if you want. John Mitch, Ed Denroy, never get married regardless. Okay, good for you, mate. Yeah, that sounds like good advice to me. I'm having a little bit of a shanty. Okay, we're on for an hour and 10. Okay, not the most inspired live stream. But I'll have to start getting some guests on. I will have to start getting some guests on. I love that. I had a few guests on when I was in England, and I like that 10 o'clock on a weekday evening. But you must understand that's 5 o'clock in the morning here, and it's not the ideal time to do a live stream. I will get some guests on pretty soon anyway. I'll sort something about that along the lines. Oliver Tobias, I was in Kink one night. A young, beautiful nympho was bouncing about all over me. Best go bar I've been in. Can't wait to come back this Christmas and New Year. Don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you. But just make sure that the go bars are properly open, because I don't believe that they're open right now in the way that you'd like them to be. Let's see. Let's explore Bangkok 23. You need Peter on. Peter actually asked me to be on his to do another live stream with him sometime, and I will do. I would like to do that. Peter's great guy. He's great. He's great to talk to. But I think, to be honest with you, I like I said to her, I'd rather be somewhere a little bit more interested. I need to get out of Pattaya really in order to give myself a little bit of a spark once again, and it will be. So maybe I'm in Bangkok, because I think if my traveling gets underway and I've got some really quite exciting things to talk about, then it'll make for a better stream, won't it? Really. Let's see. Ed tonight. My name is Gaston Eddie. I'll be on your show. Okay, fine, thank you. Kipax, dead cheap in Thailand. Are you talking about fuel? Let's see. The third man, always a good stream with Eddie. Okay. Thanks for that, mate. Nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Now, let's see. Twangaloo, is the windmill open, Eddie? I believe it is. I have seen notices for the windmill, yeah. But they want you to take a RAT test on the door before you enter. This is as I understand, and I think it's also the same with the Dollhouse and maybe a couple of the other go-go bars that are open down that way around the walking seat area. And a lot of people just don't want to take them, because if you test positive, then you never know, bloody ambulance might come screaming around the corner. You know what that leads to. So the thing is, the windmill, I did see a sign that says that they're not accepting your mobile phone with your record of taking a test. They're not accepting that, because people can fake those sorts of things. So that's as I understand it anyway. It's probably open if you're prepared to take a RAT test on the door. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. David Coleman, thank you for that comment. Really appreciate that. Who's this? Checkbound. We're all looking forward to your travels, Eddie. Greetings from Prague. Okay, Prague, great city. I've been there. Lovely, lovely city. Marvellous. Nice to hear from you, mate, anyway. Let's see. David Coleman, I'll take it personal because of the time, we understand. Well, what it is, I mean, if I start this stream at midnight here in Thailand, that's about 5 p.m. in the UK. Now, that might not be a bad. There's a few people have got who said that they will make it on another time, but it's sometimes people have commitments, people have jobs, you see. I mean, 5 p.m. may not be that good a time in the UK for some people. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's been so many. The Wi-Fi here in this hotel, and this is a nice big hotel, which I will be doing a review of over the next couple of days. But it's not the others the Eureka. I know that much. David's. See, I'm still having problems with this bloody thing here. Freeze. Okay, David Coleman. Will you go to see the River Kwai like Peter did? I may well do that. I may well do it, but as Peter himself would say, he did a very, very good video of the bridge on the River Kwai, really good, and he edited it. It took a long time editing it, but it didn't quite get the views that some of his other videos would get. I mean, it's the thing about historical sites and monuments and all this kind of stuff. It may make it a very, very good, but it can often be a little bit of a minority interest for many, many people. Let's see, Cheffy, are the bars open, Ed? The bars are open, but they do close at 11 o'clock. I know there's a couple that say that they stay open until longer than that, but it's a bit of it's a bit annoying. I was in a bar last night watching a really, really good live band, and I asked for another beer at about 20 to 11, and they said, "Sorry, we finished serving." Jesus Christ. Okay. Mark Oleg, great terrific, and thank you for that super chat as well, Mark. I really $100. Wow, I really do appreciate that, mate. Really do. Hey, Eddie, I finally made it back into a live scene. Minneapolis, Minnesota sends its greetings. Here's a little something for the travel fund. Take care, mate. Be safe. Cheers, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Really, really, really do appreciate that, Mark. That is terrific, and that will go to the travel fund. That will go to the travel fund. That'll pay for my hotels in Bangkok, I'm sure. Okay, so Bobby Crush, okay, Catching Comfort, nice one, Mark. Yeah, thanks. He's a good guy, Mark. Let's see. Okay, Dave Hamsey, well done, Mark Oleg, thank you. What have we got here? Nick Ross. It's not the original bridge. That one is further down the river, and there are only 3 stumps of the real bridge left now. Okay, thanks for that information, Nick. Thank you for that information. Oh, lovely. Oh, so let me see. I forgot to ask you, Mark, how are things in Minneapolis? Minnesota. I'm sure that's a lovely part of the world. I think that some of those American. I think Fargo was filmed in that area. One of my favorite movies. I'm sure it's a fantastic place there. I'd like to see areas like that. I really, really would. Let's see. Who's this? Here's a question here. Canary Spreads. What editing platform do you use, Eddie? The same one that I've used for the last 4 years. It's Wondershare Filmora, and you have to watch some of these. Now, when I purchased Wondershare Filmora I think it was about 3.5 years ago. Yeah, about 3.5 years ago I purchased it. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's adequate. But when I purchased it, I purchased a lifetime, which is about, I can't remember, it was about 100 quid, something like that. I purchased a lifetime. Or it may have been more than that. A lifetime package for Wondershare Filmora, and then a year later they were sending me, an annual bill, and I thought, whatever, and what's happening here? And I'd actually forgotten. I had problems. I had to pay for another bill, even though I'd actually paid for the full year. A permanent. A permanent lifetime thing. They still took the bill, but then I remembered my password for the original one, and then erased the others. So you do have to watch them. But Wondershare Filmora, it's very, very good. It's not perfect, but it does the biz. Let's see, Nick Ross, go to the bridge at Mae Hong Son. You can walk into Burma for the day. I think it's a bit dodgy in this day and age, crossing borders, Nick. I really, really do. See what I mean? David Cole. Oh, so forget the historical stuff. Just more mongering. Some people do view it that way. I made videos on Angkor Wat once. I made 2 videos, and Angkor Wat, and the main one, the first one that I'd done, it did okay, not brilliant, but it did okay, and a lot of people liked the video, and even some Cambodian people like it. I had a good response from Cambodian people who were proud that I portrayed Angkor Wat in such a favourable light, and it got some good reviews, that video, and somebody posted a comment on it. Oh, enough of all this culture rubbish. Just show us some mongering videos. You can't win. You just can't win, mate. You just can't win. Mark Alec, you'd love visiting Minneapolis and the surrounding metro area. I would. I'm sure that I would. I'd love to travel through America and do some videos. Like the Mac Master does. The wonderful Mac Master. I really do. But I wouldn't like to simply do food reviews or whatever. Even though the Mac Master is really, really good, and I love his videos. Paul Hoskin. Is there a bar called the Monga Bar? There's all kinds. I was thinking of that. Maybe filming some of the bar names here in Pattaya. Some of them are still. You can still see the bar names, but the bars aren't really open anymore. There's one of them called the Dick Inn. Yeah. There's another called Shaggers, and they have all kinds of bloody strange names. Jesus, Marco, tomorrow it will reach 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So but at least it's better than freezing anyway. So at least it's an improvement on the freezing temperatures anyway. Who's this? Hatim Ali. Tomorrow I'm traveling to Peru, brother. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Peru is magnificent. I mean, you got all the lovely mountains and the culture and everything. I still think, personally, that Bolivia is more of the real deal. But Peru is a great place, but it's the kind of used to tourists, whereas Bolivia is very, very, very much the real deal. I think Bolivia is the most is the most raw edge. The mountain scenery, you get those rickety, psychedelic painted buses going through those dangerous roads through the mountains. Absolutely amazing. The landscape is a pure kaleidoscope, really. But Peru's fantastic. Peru is fantastic. Hopefully you'll get used to the altitude in some of those regions. Let me see. Am I there? Am I back? Am I back? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay, John, looks like you've had a few drinks, mate. Okay, what were we talking about there before I was rudely interrupted by my bloody awful, this awful Wi-Fi that I've got here, buffering. Okay, let's see. And we are back in the room. Can hear you. What was I talking about then? I can't remember what it was. Oh, the chappie was talking about Peru, wasn't he? Somebody's going to Peru tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Have a great time in Peru. Let me just tell you something in case you don't know this. I mean, the altitude can be a bit better, overbearing for some people in Peru and Bolivia. But what a lot of people don't actually realize is that in Peru, you can be in Cusco, which is almost 4 kilometers, 4,000 meters above sea level. And Cusco is a beautiful historical town. And then from Cusco, you go 100 kilometers away to Machu Picchu. And, you know, if you're suffering from the altitude in Cusco, as a lot of people do, you may think, Jesus, how am I going to feel when I go to Machu Picchu and climb that mountain? And what other people don't realize, that Machu Picchu is actually it's a kilometer less altitude than Cusco. It's actually a lower altitude, you know, than Cusco. So you may go to Machu Picchu then and find that you're actually okay. You can actually climb the mountain without a problem. Just as I let you know that. Who's that? David Coleman. I went to Bolivar for a few days, then back into Peru. I liked it. I stayed for a month in Bolivia and a month in Peru, and it was terrific. It was wonderful. South America, marvelous part of the world. Absolutely fantastic. David Coleman. The internet is bad. It is. If it does get really, really much bad, I might have to, you know, to quit this, because it's not really good, is it? Nick Ross, go up to the bridge that you can walk across into Burma at Mae Hong Son, and you love the bars in the valley beside the bridge, full of EDDY'S specials. Really? Well, we'll see about that. I'm not actually planning. Funnily enough, the geography of Burma's a strange country, because you tend to think as Burma is north, is actually you know, north. You're from North Thailand into Burma, but Burma actually goes right down the coast, doesn't it? It actually goes towards Phuket way, believe it or not, parts of it. So, checkbound, Machu Picchu, is it a dangerous climb up there, so safe? It's very touristy under normal circumstances, so you should be okay there. Really, it's not a problem really. Let's see. Gorgeous boy. I'm on these silver skin pickled onions now, Eddie. Yum. Good for you, mate. Bloke about town. I love South America. I went from Argentina all the way up to Colombia. I did as well. I did. Did a nice bit of mongering there too. Yeah. Same. Okay. Brazil's the best one for the women. Brazil, what everyone tells you, the best country in South America is Brazil for the ladies. Beautiful. Oh, bloody Sandra from the Amazon. Oh my God, what a lovely chick she was. Marvelous. Bloke about town from Argentina. I have to say, I spent a month in Argentina, and I actually thought that was the most disappointing country, because a lot of people said what a wonderful place it was. I thought it was it just lacked the excitement of. It's not really the essential South America. It's a good country, but it's not really the essential South America. It doesn't have the character. I mean, if you spend time in Brazil is a very, very colourful country, very colourful. And then you cross the border into Argentina, and all of a sudden it lacks the colour and the excitement. The people there were nice enough. But whereas in Brazil, all the girls are wearing, you know, showing off as much flesh, wearing flimsy clothing and showing off as much flesh as they possibly can. You go into Argentina and they're all dressed in a kind of dark, conservative way. You know, but I prefer Brazil. Argentina is a safer country than Brazil, but Brazil is more colourful and, you know, better really. Okay, Vic Smith, the best women in the world are in Birmingham. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Sheffy, any good roast dinners with Yorkies, lad? I'm sure you can get that in the Hungry Hippo. Martin Ryder, South American women have the best legs. Okay, we'll go with that one. Let's see. Is Ate Mali, is Brazil safe? It is safe. I've traveled all around Brazil. I've spent months in Brazil. I've gone from Rio. I've been, you know, a few times to Rio, from Rio all the way down to Pattaya and Florianopolis, which is beautiful, and I've been through the Amazon and Manaus and all those, and I've never ever had a problem. People, the armchair experts will tell you that it isn't safe, but if you go there, providing you keep your wits about you and don't get involved in anything you shouldn't get involved in, and you know, obviously don't do anything foolish, then you should be all right. I never had a problem there. I didn't, but you do have to be careful there. You do have to be careful, especially in, you know, cities. Nick, yeah, I agree about Argentina. It seems more European than Latin America. Yeah, absolutely, really. I mean, the furthest I went in Argentina was a place called Bariloche, which is a lovely, lovely town. I didn't go all the way to Patagonia, but I did go to Bariloche, which is a lovely. It's a very, very alpine town. It's got lovely alpine mountains across the lake in the distance. Very, very nice. But I thought to myself, I didn't come all this way to South America to see something that I could have seen in Austria, which is much closer. It's a nice country, Argentina, but just it didn't really do for me. Paul Hoskin, I like to show as much flesh as I can on the beach. Good for you, mate. You're not one of those overweight wears a skimpy little man thong. You don't do that, do you, Paul? If you do, send me a photograph. Give us all we'll upload it. Give us all a laugh. Oh, that's nice there. Check down South American safety. Would you think it's safe to solo travel these days, Eddie? Well, I'll tell you something. I mean, this is a different kettle of fish because I suppose you could say that all countries are probably more dangerous when the economy is bad. And right now, with quite often in places like Brazil, if thieves are going to target people, they'll often target tourists. And if you're a tourist there now, I think you're going to stand out like a bit of a sore thumb, simply because there's a shortage of tourists. So I think now will be a more dangerous time than what it normally would be. Just a guess, really. Let's see. What's this? I'm not talking about Maxi, no. Okay, fine. Who's this one? 29. You've been to Sri Lanka, Eddie? It's a great place. I've never been to Sri Lanka, never made it, but I've had great reports of it. I've heard the wildlife and everything's good. A lot of people prefer Sri Lanka to India, but I've never actually been there. This is interesting. Bloke about town. Colombia is pretty good for the ladies too. Lots of choice. Some good price. With all the Venezuelan ladies moving there, it's a golden age of mongering in Colombia at the moment. Well, that sounds good. There's plenty of ladies here in Pattaya as well, Plenty of ladies here. You don't have to go all the way to Colombia. Let's see. Hatton Alley. I've traveled to Rio, Brazil a few times. No problem. Just need to be careful. Had a great time. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're not back to the whatchamacallit again, are we? Nathan R., friend of mine is a YouTuber, and she was nearly kidnapped in Colombia recently, just walking down the street. Lucky police were there. Well, still dodgy country. You do have to be careful. Sean the Prawn, hi Eddie, do you think you will retire overseas or in England? Do you know something, mate? I don't want to retire in England. I really, really don't. But I got to be careful what I say because some people take offence. Because when I say negative things about England, they say that I'm slagging down my own country. England's a great country, but it's just not the place I want to retire. I want to retire somewhere warm like this. This is where I want to retire. Yeah, absolutely. Mark Hanley, Sri Lanka's brilliant. Little Ed may be a bit gutted though. Yeah, I believe it. I don't think it's the place for I don't think it's the place for Little Eddie to have his fun, is it? Okay, check bound. Thanks, Eddie. Here's 10 British pound for the beer travel fund. Thank you, check bound. I really, really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate it, and it will go to a good cause. It'll go towards my travel. Thanks for that, mate. Martin Ryder, Costa Rica is excellent for mongering, apparently. I went to Costa Rica, I went to Costa Rica and I thought it was a bit overrated. The women, they wanted a bit much, and there was a few not very nice girls from the Dominican Republic there as well. I thought Costa Rica was a little bit overrated, personally. I from Costa Rica, I got a psychedelic painted aircraft over the volcanoes into Nicaragua. And I actually thought Nicaragua was by far the better country. Nicaragua was a really, really good country, very, very quirky and, very raw-edged. And I much preferred Nicaragua to Costa Rica, definitely. Borders boy, Eddie, you've seen Indigo Traveller on YouTube. He goes to the most dangerous looking place, but I think he pays for security to show him around. Well, that's it. I think things like that probably are a bit of a team effort, really. But yeah, I have seen him. I think he's a New Zealand guy, and he's very, very good and makes some really interesting videos. Yeah, absolutely. Who's this? Paul Harrison. Nothing wrong with slacking off the UK. I do, and I'm still stuck in this shit. Okay, well, whatever. No, we shouldn't do that. The UK is a great country, but I've said negative things about the UK, and about skanks being there. It's all full of bloody skanks on the street in every city, and people are always bloody tapping you for money and all this kind of stuff, and. No, not for me. Kiki on herself, Philippines is probably the most retirement-friendly destination, very affordable too, with a fabulous climate. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That sounds interesting. Let's see, yeah, absolutely. Oliver Devine, Paul Harrison, me too, yeah, absolutely. Well, Martin Ryder, Indigo Traveller, did a superb Lagos video. Yeah, his videos are very, very well produced. Let's see. Aussie 666. Eddie, saw you in Skybar a few nights ago. You requested Highway Star. Great taste of music. Absolutely. Deep Purple, man. Deep Purple. Wonderful. Okay. Paul, has anyone had a massage naked in the rice fields in Isan? I have. No, I have not. I have not had a massage. I have not had a massage naked, but I in the rice fields of Isan. But I did once have a crap in a field with a bunch of Ethiopians. I thought that was quite cultural. Anyway. Nick Ross, no, Venezuela in the essay. Go to the bridge whenever there is a war on. Plenty of inexpensive chicks and they are beautiful. Absolutely, whatever. What's that? So let's see. Okay, what's that there? What's that? Nick Ross, I don't fall in love with a 16-year-old Venezuelan. Well, I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't entertain a 16-year-old personally. Not for me, definitely not for me. I like a woman 25 and up. And I'll tell you what, I have said this before, but all of the ladies that I've encountered in Pattaya, all of a really, really good age. They're all, the youngest 28. And no, actually, there was one lovely chick who I've known for a couple of years. She's 27 now. Absolutely beautiful, lovely chicks. But there's quite a lot of them in their 30s. And quite often with these girls, they look after themselves, these Thai girls. They really, really, really do. Quite often you will meet one and you'll think she could be 25. And then she surprises you by telling you she's actually 35. There's they age well, but they go to the gym, these girls, a lot of these girls, and they do look after themselves. They really, really do. Paul Hanson's the 9 months of winter I don't like about the UK. Absolutely. I mean, in the UK, it's the most unpredictable weather in the world. I mean, you can get as much rain in the summer as you can in the winter. There's only one rule with the weather in Britain. You get what you give them. I mean, that's it, basically. Okay, Jeff Finn, 20 Australian dollars. Eddie, I love your videos. You're an inspiration. I hope this helps a bit. Well, thank you anyway, Jeff. I really, really do appreciate that. Thanks for that super chat, mate. Okay, I know kind comments. Let's see. Yatesville, figure out where you're going to stay in Bangkok. A couple of hotels that I've known from the past, which are old favourites of mine. Let me tell you something. The reason that I come to Pattaya, I mean, when I arrived on the airplane from England, my plan was to stay in Bangkok for a few days if I passed that PCR test. But I actually ended up in Pattaya. Let me tell you something. Is that when I came through Bangkok Airport, Savannah Bhumi, and I was just so glad with all that Thailand past stuff. It was stressing me out. And when I finally got all my documents in order, I got through then. I was actually waiting at the immigration to actually show my passport to get it stamped and go through. And then a lady, nice one of the security there, a nice lady approached me and said, "Which hotel are you staying in after that one?" I said, "I'm staying in the Greenview Hotel." Basically, for one night. And she said, "And after that, where are you staying? Which hotel are you staying in?" And I said, "I don't know. I haven't booked that one yet." She said, "They won't let you go through. You must put down which hotel you're staying in." And she basically said, just put down a hotel in Bangkok. And do you know something? My mind went blank. I know a couple of really, really good hotels in Bangkok, and my mind just went blank. I was so stressed out. I could not think of a hotel in Bangkok to put down. And then the only one I could remember was it was a little hotel in Pattaya. So I put that one down instead, and then they let me go through. And I thought, well, that's it. That's how, I got to the hotel and I had to tell them which hotel in Pattaya I was staying in. And, I hadn't even booked at that time. But my mind just went blank and I simply couldn't think of the name of the hotel in Bangkok. Bloody crazy. So that's basically how I ended up in Pattaya. Kev, women in Bogota, Colombia are very beautiful. The Colombian women are beautiful. They really, really are. Nick Ross, that's a blonde in Argentina. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Paul Harrison, I haven't applied my... Let me see. Get that one up. Paul Harrison, Ed, I've applied my Thailand pass. Fingers crossed I'll be in Thailand soon. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I hope it all goes well. I think they're talking now, only talking. About getting rid of the Thailand pass and maybe the compulsory PCR test. But I think they're only talking about it. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think, so that's going to happen anytime soon. Or what's this? Is it slag your own country downtime? If you guys think the UK is a shit, so I live in Australia where, I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Australia, but what I do know, if you used to say to the average English person, which country in the world, if you could go anywhere in the world, which country would you like to go to? So many of them would say Australia. That's the place that they want to go to. So I don't know. I can't comment. There we go. Kiki on the tail. The Philippines is the only country, I've heard this before. The Philippines is the only country in Southeast Asia. Us Brits get our state pension index and receive the yearly increases. In Thailand, it gets frozen. We never get any yearly increases. Well, we get a bit of a raw deal in England. That's for sure. Mr. Who. Okay, Mr. Who. Hey up, Ed. How's it going? Look forward to your next food eating video. They make me smile. Thank you. Thanks for that, mate. Well, like I said, I will do a lot because food is a big issue, and it is one of the things people want to know about. What's the food like there? But I don't want to take over my whole channel the way it appears to have done with some other people's channels. Food is a big issue, and people do like to see food reviews. But I'm not going to do every single video as a food review. There's other things to do, a lot of other things to do as well. Mark Hanley, my next destination is Colombia. Colombia seems to be the in place these days. I went there about 10 years ago. Lovely place, lovely country. Omnitel private apartments, Soy 4 near Nana, your own console for £21 a night. Well, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. I haven't booked anything for Bangkok yet, but I am going there. I'm going there on Saturday. I'm going to get a taxi there on Saturday. Let's see. The third man, Eddie, would love to see you traveling in Central or South America. I've spent 6 months in 6 countries in South America, and I've done the Central American countries, Mexico. Well, Mexico. Well, I know Mexico's North America, but part of it I think is Central America. Also Belize, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. Yeah, I've been to Cuba as well. I'd love to do more of that, but I'm not so sure if people want to watch this channel. I mean, this is mainly based in Southeast Asia, this YouTube channel. So, you never know. Maybe some other day. Yeah, absolutely. Kev, I've also been to Argentina. Did not think much of it. Prefer Brazil and Colombia. Yeah, me too. Me too, mate. Me too. Martin Ryder, the Grace Hotel is the original manga hotel. Okay. Richard, get a wheelbarrow full of Russian rubles. You want them, mate? It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it? I'm sure there's some really, really good Russian people in Russia, and good Russian people outside of Russia, but it's a bad situation right now. We're not going to talk too much about it. Bolivia is the poorest country in South America. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's also got to be the most characterful one. It is a real raw-edged classic. I'd highly recommend Bolivia. Very, very good place. Okay. Carlo, don't go cheap in Bangkok, Eddie. Have large, spend some money, you tight git. Okay, sure. Let's see. Ren Dog, anyone fancy a bum? Okay, good for you, mate. Okay, I'm sure you'll get some takers on that one. Grace full of crabs. Okay, get some funny little comments here now. I'm going to grab myself another beer. I might have to finish this soon while the going's pretty good. Oh, lovely. There we go. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm going to have to finish this stream pretty soon because the fact is, for the last month, I've been staying in the Arica Lodge, and the Wi-Fi there was very, very good. In fact, it's been good just about everywhere, really. But this is not good. This is a nice big hotel, which I'm going to do a review of. I was filming it today. And it's worth seeing. You will find this hotel really, really interesting for a number of reasons. But the Wi-Fi clearly really isn't very good. So I've been getting on for 2 hours now. Martin Ryder. Wi-Fi slow. Bloke next door is downloading porn. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Richard, food eating is important. So was pussy. How about pussy eating video? Okay, do you really think that YouTube would allow that? It's okay showing lots of mongering videos. I mean, somebody the other day mentioned, another YouTuber. He said he's doing better than you. He's showing, he's showing girls on his videos, loads of girls and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think I think there's something else that we forgot to mention. That particular YouTuber has also had his channel taken down in the past. He had his channel taken down for showing. There's a few of those fellas who are really pushing the cameras into girls' faces and being provocative, and they end up shooting themselves in the foot. They may get some good viewing figures, but then what happens is that the next thing you know, the channel gets taken down, really. So you got to be careful with YouTube. You've got to play it safe this day and age. This is the Asari, lovely bear. This lovely bear. So listen, guys, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. We've been on for an hour and 50 minutes. It's been a bit troublesome. The Wi-Fi, StreamYards, a lot of it's been playing up, but that's life anyway. I'm going to wrap it up now. I'll give it a couple more minutes to see if anyone else has got anything to talk about. Let's see, is that the real Club Fillers? Big up Eddie and Jack. There was a Club Fillers on before and someone said it wasn't the real one, but if that's you, Barry, then good evening to you. Let's see. Brand new YouTube is less strict. Richard, brand new YouTube is less strict. Really? I don't know. It just seems to me that YouTube is getting very, very, very prudish in this day and age. Sean the Prawn, great job, Eddie. Asari is class. Okay, fine. Thank you for that. Let's see. Martin Rad, can you do a live stream on the massage table? It wouldn't get past the YouTube censors. It wouldn't. They're very, very prudish. I mean, imagine if I was doing a massage on, live massage and streaming it on YouTube. Imagine all of a sudden if something popped out, that shouldn't have popped out. I'd be taken down in an instant. Some of the massage girls say, oh, they're lovely. And I just said this a moment ago. Do you know what the girls here, 30-year-olds, 35 years old, they look after themselves. They go to the gym and they look after themselves, those girls. Lovely bodies. Some of those Thai birds here in the massage parlors and other places got absolutely beautiful bodies. Absolutely lovely stuff. Let's see. It's Paul Hoskin. Oh, we're not going to start this, Paul. Film house at one where we're not going to start that because that goes on all night. That does. That goes on all night. That does. Kip's Guitar, Little Eddie live on YouTube. Okay, that'll be the porn version of this channel. Let's see, Paul Hoskin, imagine Benny Hill in Pattaya. Absolutely. I'm Benny Hill. I've had all the girls chasing me, I've had all the girls chasing me in Pattaya. Let me see, South America. Nick Ross, South America all good, but too bloody dangerous these days. I'd almost fancy it's the thing is, South America always had a reputation. Always had a reputation of being highly dangerous, especially Brazil and Colombia. What did I watch? Canadian Express. Have you watched any movies in Pattaya? I'll tell you what. I've got Netflix and Amazon on this laptop here, but I've never really found it. I tend to watch YouTube videos, or I'm editing things, or researching a few things. I did actually watch a movie last night. It was a Luc Besson movie, and it was called Anna. It was a bit corny. It was about a Russian girl who became a model and KGB assassin and all of that. And it was very, very good. It was really, really entertaining. It's called Anna. I really enjoyed that one. But Luc Besson is a very, very good filmmaker. I think he also did Leon and a couple of other movies. Denny Nizovic, hugs from Serbia, fans of my favourite. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Kip's Guitar, just did 3 months in Mexico and not a single issue. Just lovely people. It helps I'm a Spanish speaker. Good for you. Mexico's a wonderful country. I mean, it's a lovely country. I could have gone to Mexico, but I didn't think that people who watch this particular YouTube channel would be really, really, really interested in it. So that's why I didn't. Martin Ryder, Belfast is an excellent film to watch. Never heard of that one. Never heard of it. Paul Harrison, Leon, yeah, excellent movie. Excellent movie. Danish Bacon, Eddie, you need to get a haircut. Go see the busty lady hairdresser. I think I've missed this somehow. But And Canary Spreads Wings and Fifth Element. Yeah, I don't know if that was a Luc Besson movie. It probably was. Let's see. Heathrow, Benny Hill was in A Few Dollars More with Clint Eastwood. I don't recall. Seeing him in that movie, funnily enough. Nick Ross, Gelson, Vladivostok. Wow. Okay. Some beautiful. Well, I'm sure there's some lovely Russian girls. I've never actually been with a Russian girl. I did actually go with a Ukrainian girl once in Amsterdam. Oh, a leggy blonde. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Oh, let's see. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to close this one now. Heath Robinson, yeah, he was the hotel manager. I remember the scene. I remember the scene that he did, but I don't believe that was Benny Hill. I don't believe that was Benny Hill. I really, really don't. I've never ever heard that before. Paul Hoskin for A Few baht more. Okay, so listen, we're coming up to 2 hours now. Borders Boy. Borders Boy. Benny Hill was in The Italian Job. Yes, he was in The Italian Job. Definitely, he played the crazy professor who liked 20 stone women, didn't he? Yeah, he was definitely that. And he played a very, very good part in that. That's actually a marvelous movie there. Let's see. Well, Shane W. Zulu was Clint Eastwood's first film. No, I don't think it was. Actually, I don't think Clint was in Zulu. I think Michael Caine was in Zulu. Uh, Let me see. Martin Ryder. Martin Ryder knows this. Oh, we're not going to freeze again, are we? Oh no, not again. Not again. Yeah, Martin Ryder, Professor Pete. Yeah, that was it in The Italian Job. There was something on name a movie that you've seen at least 10 times. And one that always comes to mind is The Italian Job. Absolutely wonderful movie, 1969 or 19, I think it was 1969, that movie. Absolutely fantastic. Michael Caine, Benny Hill was in it. Those minis, wonderful, very, very iconic 60s movie, that one. Let's see, Kip's Guitar, Mr. Stream, where next, Eddie? Well, I'm going to be staying in Thailand for at least another 2 months. So next up, Bangkok, coming up soon. Let's see, Sean the Prawn, what country are you going to next? So am I back there? Okay. So I'm sorry about the internet. I'm going to have to finish pretty soon. In fact, I'm going to have to really finish right now. So on the program, what country are you going to next, Eddie? No, well, I'm planning on staying in Thailand for the time being anyway. Okay. So I've been on for 2 hours. It's been a bit of a rough ride, you know, bit crap this yeah, being really crap at this Wi-Fi here, but I think, you know, we try to make of it what we can. Okay, Mark Oleg. Okay, thank you, Mark. Anyway, take care, Eddie. Bye for now. Okay, have a great day anyway, Mark. Whatever you're doing. Thanks for that super chat once again. And I'm gonna try and see if I can finish on a little bit of a. I'm going to see if I can finish on this one, okay? Okay, good night, everybody.